Yeah. At some point, shit went down here. That's very funny. All right, word up. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Audio good, video good. We live, man. Here we go. MIC Podcast, man. Episode 110. Community content. Yeah, get it all here, man. Obviously, before we kick it off, just really want to say, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Don't want to be long-winded here, but the owner and I are pretty big anime fans here. And he's a creator of Dragon Ball Z. Just for me personally, that's anime that ushered me into the genre, that I love and respect today. As many of you know, we went to Japan later last year in September, so that just kind of reaffirmed our whole love of the genre and the culture. So just wanted to pay respects and, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, man. But on a lighter note, our guest today may have asked you how you're feeling about your ex at any given point in time in the streets of Pittsburgh, and he is also a very accomplished singer and songwriter here in the city. We have Joziah Council here in the building. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. Good to, finally sit down and talk at length, man. How you doing?
Long time coming.
Bro, I know, right?
I've been good. Thank you so much for having me.
Nah, bro, for sure. And I was even trying to rack my brain around like the first time we met. And it's just like, because it feels like I've known you, you know what I mean, for some strange reason,
Bro, because I be posting reels every
day.
Yeah,
right? Like, nah, you definitely on the TO heavy. But and correct me if I'm wrong, bro, but I think the earliest I recall was like that one Slappers and Bangers where like we ran into. I think that's like.
Was that the first time we met?
That's what I was trying to think. Like, was it the first time, bro? Like, because that's as far back as I remember. Was it the oh, for real?
Wait, what banquet was that?
The artist talk?
Were you there?
I was at the banquet, yeah.
Because we talked.
No, it was the banquet. Nah, fast. Yeah, no. I remember now, yeah, because I was at the banquet, and that's when like we first initially met.
Yeah, okay.
And then we saw each other again at Slappers and Bangers.
Yeah,
right? So
and
that
then I remember at Slappers, it was like, this wasn't the first time.
Yeah, no, facts.
Guys.
Nah, fast, bro. But
yeah. We chopped it up at the banquet.
Yeah, no, word up.
Just running into each other. And then the Valentine's Day event. So
yes,
it's just
yeah. Facts. I remember seeing you with that.
Yeah, it's just
no.
We
definitely had
running into each other.
Nah, definitely.
I'm always on the timeline. Y'all always on the timeline.
Facts.
So that's just the digital age we live in.
Yeah, nah, real shit.
Feel like we see.
Feel like niggas right before you meet. Yeah, like
literally,
it's crazy.
Literally.
But nah, bro. But I feel like it's gonna be a good just conversation just to kind of let people know who you are, just like a bit more in depth, just like outside of the art, bro. So just kind of hopping into it, man. What part of Pittsburgh are you from, if you're from Pittsburgh originally?
Yeah, so I'm originally from outside of the city in Beaver County.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Kind of from everywhere in Beaver County. I mean, a lot of my childhood was spent coming up in Aliquippa, but I lived in Midland the whole time. Went to school in Aliquippa, like in a private school and everything. It was like my grandparents' church they had in Aliquippa. Inside of my grandparents' church, my mom started a daycare. They started a school and everything.
Okay.
So I was there in Aliquippa, but lived in Midland. But then when I went to high school, I went to Beaver. So it was like, if you know anything about Beaver County, I mean, it's a small county, but Beaver and Aliquippa are like the polar opposites, of each other.
Yeah.
When it comes to just the type of people, the demographic
type shit. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, like, is it like a smaller town? Like, do you have like a big high school?
No.
Okay.
Very small high school, small town vibes. Anything outside of
Pittsburgh,
yeah. I mean,
Beaver County.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's a crazy.
Yeah, right.
Like there's a town, like there's a spot in Beaver County called Raccoon Township.
Oh shit!
It's like
it used to be Coon Township, but then
then
they
right. They
it.
said we got to put the rack.
They had to modernize
it. Yeah, man. You get too deep in them woods, it might be a problem.
You might become the raccoon.
So small town vibes.
Type shit, right.
Yeah, so but that's like 40 minutes west of the city.
Okay, yeah.
But to outsiders, it's always like, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Type shit, right.
The Pittsburghers, you gotta,
explain the regions and shit like that.
Yeah.
They won't let you claim it if you're not from, like, directly from Southside or some shit like that.
That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, I ran into somebody from Murraysville, and that's probably as close to the city as you get to feel comfortable for me to claim Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
like,
right.
It's like somebody from Murraysville, like, oh, you from Pittsburgh?
Yeah. No, they just bunch you in if you just from Marysville.
Yeah, but
fuck
somebody
it,
from
like
Homewood, like, nah, fam.
yeah,
Nah. But yeah, you know, always, you know, would frequent the city and everything
Right.
as a youngin, but you know, didn't move up here until I started going to college up here.
Okay.
And yeah, kind of just been up here ever since, and started, you know, my career as an artist.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now we're definitely gonna get to you know, what you know, the jump to college for you and stuff. But I know you're are just a man of many hats as far as instruments. Like, you know how to play, you know, many instruments. But how did the drums become like the first instrument, you know, you ended up learning?
Word. That's funny because I feel like a lot of people don't know I used to play the drums.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
Nah.
Oh, okay. You on some narwhal shit over here, man. My man doing his research.
Yeah, bro, we got you, bro.
Nah, I appreciate the preparedness. So you said why was the
or just like, you know, how did it end up being like the first instrument, like, you know, you got your hands on?
Yeah, first instrument I played was the drums. And that was just me coming up in the church. You know,
Okay, yeah, fast.
You know, anybody that knows anything about black churches, me
fast.
being a PK, you know, at the end of the day, and growing up in my grandparents' church.
What's a PK? I'm
pastor's kid.
Okay, damn. I didn't know I got a term like that.
No, yeah,
that's fire, low key though.
It's a thing. You know, anybody that's, you know, came up in the church, heavy, PK.
That's hilarious. Okay.
You know, my dad's a pastor, and my grandparents and everything. But I was just, you know, it's funny because I feel like I was pretty influenced by Drumline.
Yeah,
right?
No, bro, listen.
Like, who didn't want to play?
Because nigga tried to shit on Nick Cannon, and listen, his music career was what it was. Okay,
Legendary
word.
movie,
but
though.
the nigga has some moments in the culture.
He did.
Drumline was fire, bro. Like
we can't downplay.
What are we talking about right now with Drumline?
Like that's a classic. That's
right?
A classic.
I feel that though.
And bro, from that movie, I always wanted the blue Timbs that they was wearing when they was stepping.
Those were fire too. No, and that's
doing
great
the step routine. I'm like,
literally until you just said that, bro. Like, no, those blue Timbs were fire though. Facts.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
I never got them. You know, my mom wasn't with all the, you know, extra shit.
Right.
But yeah, honestly, just being around music, falling in love with music, and just like appreciating music and seeing the effects it can have on people at a young age.
Absolutely.
You know, it let me to first, you know, sing, but I always thought the drums were like super cool.
Yeah,
so like, and the drummer in our church was the coolest old head.
Yeah.
Ever. And I'm like, this dude is just smooth,
He's
bro.
ill,
like,
right, yeah.
You know, so it wasn't until I was about like 12 or 13 or something like that where I just started taking like a couple lessons from my drum, or from the drummer in our church.
Okay.
And I just realized I had a knack for it because I already, like, my mom would play like hand drums and stuff.
Okay,
like that.
facts.
And I was the one I could, you know, just naturally.
Just like if you saw it, you could just kind of like get the hang of it. Just
I was
watching.
kind of coordinated. Like, music was in me.
Right.
You know, just like as far as rhythm is concerned, and it just clicked. And you know, I started playing drums in the church, and then, you know, I did some rock band stuff, and you know, played in the band as a drummer. But yeah, that was the initial introduction to instruments.
Yeah,
you know, because I was singing before that. But
I want to get your take on this too, bro. Because I mean, like, I've talked about it with people that have been on the show before though, but the black church is just such a incubation chamber for just like the talent that, you know, we see, you know, kind of blossom into, you know, whoever they blossom into. But I don't know, like, I guess my question is like, what is like the line, I guess, for like lack of a better term, like, because like it doesn't seem like, you know, people that are in the, so like, let's just say like a choir member, right? You know, like someone a part of the choir, like, it doesn't seem like they have any aspirations to like sing outside of the choir. So like, why, like, what do you think like is the separator for you to kind of take what you learned from the church and like, you know, apply it to like an actual music career?
Yeah. So with me in growing up in the church doing music, a lot of it is about just connecting emotionally with people. You know, people are running around the church, you know, because of a song, or like crying, like sobbing tears, you know, because of a song. So for me, I just got to experience that, you know, in evoking emotion through music, and also be the one, singing and watching people's reaction. So, kind of on both ends, I got to experience things. So as a listener, I appreciated it on that level to be able to tap into somebody's emotions
facts.
what are just essentially sound waves. It's just kind of like a crazy thing that you can put these chords together and make someone feel a certain way.
Right.
And I think as I just kind of got away from the church because I'm not a religious person.
Yeah, right.
Now, and kind of just started to think for myself. The love for music was still there, and the reason for the love for music was still there, and that's just the beauty of tapping into emotion through music, and I think that's what kind of resonated the most with me coming out of the church doing music. And that's what I always try to incorporate into my music, or just organically incorporate into my music, because that's what I appreciate the most about music as a listener first.
Not fast, yeah.
And I want people to be able to feel the same that I do when I listen to like some of my favorite artists. To recreate that experience for other people. It's like, it's just a beautiful thing, man. Music is just beautiful, dog. And
it's one of the best things on the planet, bro. And like, just even with that religious aspect, do you think that like religion may be holding some people that are like, in the church, like, singing and like, having credible voices? You think that aspect may be holding them back into like exploring it outside of church?
You know what? I actually was just talking about this to somebody last night, how for a lot of people, the church is everything.
Facts, right.
It's their entire life. It's their sense of purpose.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't know themselves outside of the church, and I just think it's really important for people to ask themselves in general, what they want out of life, what they're actually passionate about, what they care about, and and just kind of be more open-minded to at least have that conversation with themselves. And if it is the church, and if for you the church is the thing that makes you the most happy, like, do your thing. But I think you are limiting yourself if you don't have that sit down and have that conversation with yourself
about
to understand, like, is this actually what I want to do, or was I just born into this like so many people are, and I'm just abiding by it because my close family, this is what they do, and it would be kind of like there would be some tension if I moved away from the church.
Right, yeah,
exactly. So I definitely think it limits a lot of people naturally, because a lot of people don't get to the point of having that conversation.
Absolutely.
And even if they do, they're not willing to take action and just live for themselves.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, a lot of people are limited. There's so many talented musicians and singers.
Bro, like, I kind of liken it, not like directly, but I just kind of parallel it to like the G League for like the NBA. Like it's just like such a breeding ground for talent, like the church, like bro, because it's like, bro, every like singer, like with just like a voice of like you can tell like, yo, you were probably in a church choir at some point, son. Like, so nah, like I just wanted your take on that, bro, because just again, even in talking to you, like the fact that like you're saying it, you grew up in the church. I'm saying like it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like it's just such a breeding ground. But so even with that, being said, like what was the earliest you remember gravitating towards music?
Man, yeah, it's hard to say. Man, I mean, like I said, I was basically born on an altar, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the moment I was born, I was in the church, and the reason why it is a breeding ground, because it's like you're practicing music constantly, you're performing music constantly, like every week, multiple times a week, like 3 times a week. I'm doing
bro.
Music, and even as a kid who's just at first being exposed to music and seeing people's reaction to it, I think that immediately, like it was always intriguing. I mean, from the earliest time I can remember, there wasn't like a specific moment. I know sometimes early on there were like musicians that would come in from other churches and stuff that, were even more remarkable than the musicians we had. And I just remember like some people playing keys and hearing some of the homies who are now homies, for the first time.
Yeah, right.
And just being like, yo, like, just understanding the levels to it,
right.
Because I wouldn't say my church had the best musicians ever.
But it's just funny because I was gonna say, like, you know, niggas come from other churches. Like, did you just, like, you know, try to cut their mic off early, trying to fuck with the, like, yeah, like, he came from another church, but he not as. Did y'all hear that? I don't know, right?
I mean, for real, bro. I feel like you know, the people in the church, they knew what it was. It was like, there's a lot of talent out here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
and they would invite it, you know. So it was like, it was a pretty healthy space.
Yeah, right.
but no, it was definitely some people that would come in there, and I would realize there were really levels to this.
Yeah, type shit,
and,
right.
And it just it made me want to do what they do.
Absolutely.
Because it was like, I heard what they did and I felt a certain amazing way. And it's like, yo, how can I feel this way at the drop of a dime?
Sure.
You know, I can do this myself and create this experience and recreate this experience, you know? So I think that's really why, or that's kind of when I started really falling in love with music, really seeing the levels to it, and just understanding, you know, as I got more conscious, as I got older, understanding just how it made me feel and what I wanted. Like, I wanted to feel like that. And I wanted to be able to make myself feel like that. And other people feel like that.
Absolutely.
You know, to be able to share that too is a beautiful thing.
Did your parents, like, let you listen to any secular music when you were growing up, or, like, was it just strictly sure? Yeah.
Nah, man. My parents were really strict with all of that.
Yeah.
Like, my family was like, and that's I feel that I would still be a part of the church if I was raised normally, you know, within the church.
Yeah.
But I was raised kind of on the extreme side of things.
Yeah, right.
It's funny I call it extreme, but they really just follow the Bible like.
Yeah, I mean,
word.
That's kind of extreme. Like,
I mean, it's extreme, but that's like true Christianity. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
no.
like there's
Christianity's pretty extreme.
Christianity is extreme. You feel me? It's just like
right.
The thing is, people pick and choose what they want to abide by.
Like, which codes of conduct they want to, like, put on a pedestal. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. And so my parents were true Christians.
Absolutely.
You know, not to downplay what.
No, man.
But I feel you. That's just facts. So it was extreme. I wasn't able to listen to anything really. And it was to the point where, you know, when I was young, I didn't want to listen to anything. I wanted to, like, please my parents and grandparents.
Sure, yeah. So you weren't even thinking much of it, yeah.
Nah, so I wouldn't try to even venture out because it was wrong to me. It wasn't the right thing to do, you know. So I missed a whole era, like early 2000s and everything. You know, it's funny because the Valentine's Day event,
right.
where it was or the early 2000s.
Yeah, hearing these ones for the first time, like, this shit kind of fire.
I really like, when I was going over what I had was gonna sing, I had to go through, like, just understanding. I just didn't really know, like, so many hits.
It's funny that, like, you even say that, bro, because I mean, like, I'm Nigerian. Like, I grew up with like, you know, pretty religious parents. But it was, like, you know, more on, like, my dad's side. Like, you know, like, his side of the family was, like, way more, like, you know, a little bit, like, more rigid. You know, so, like, I kind of got, and, like, I would go out to visit, you know, like, my cousins, like, you know, something else. Like, it wasn't always present in the house and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, like, I got a taste of, like, not being able to watch Harry Potter and not being able to fucking watch Wizards of Waverly Place because they don't like the dark magic implications and shit like that. But again, I was also my own nigga in the sense where it's just like, I mean, on the low ski, I'm gonna do my own research. You know what I mean? So I could never truly be you know, held back from it. But like, it's always in that case, bro. I mean, like, even in college, but, like, all those, like, repressed kids that grew up in, like, super strict environments, but you put them in a place where they're unsupervised, they're the ones that go crazy, like the craziest.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? Like,
for sure. And I think about that for myself. You know, it's like, while I was sheltered immensely, I just never had that moment where I just went off the rails.
Yeah, right.
You know,
thankfully,
because a lot of people do.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I just understood it for what it was, and you know, I think, I mean, my parents did a good job. You know, I would say.
No,
you know, even outside of, like, the, you know, shoving the religious thing, you know, in my face. But you know, I think even as I grew up, and even in, like, college and stuff like that, you know, I just wasn't really interested in things that didn't actually benefit me. you know.
Yeah, right, fair.
And I think that's, you know, just kind of how my mom brought me up. It's like, you know, why are you doing this thing? Like, you know, or just she would be hyper focused on things that would, you know, benefit us. And it was just like productivity was a big thing in our household. And it's just like, you know, the idea of just getting like pissed drunk every weekend in college. I also really didn't have the room to do that because I was putting myself through college. I was working like 4 jobs at the height of being in college. So it was like, I couldn't be bullshitting all the time.
Yeah, right. Because like, you know, it was out of pocket.
Exactly.
So I get that. So bro, just even like speaking of performing, bro, like I want to ask, like, you started first, like your first performance was at 9 years old, bro. Yeah. Which is fucking insane. I'm not sure how you even get your hands on like, and like, you know, but like, was that in the church? Like, and then like, yeah, I mean, just speak to your, you know, performance at 9, like, you know, just what's going through your head at not even 10 years old. Like.
Right. So at that point, you know, it was, I mean, I was definitely a youngin' doing what I was doing, but it wasn't abnormal, you know, for me to be performing, because you got to think, like, I've been watching people do this for 9 years at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
So it was
watching for 9 years. I'm like, yo, let me try this shit. Yeah.
No, literally. At some point, it's just like,
facts.
I feel like especially, and it was a smaller church, everybody's kind of going to try it out, you know, see if they got, you know,
the chops for it.
Yeah, what it takes, I guess.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, at 9, I remember being absolutely like, I was scared as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts, of course.
I was horrified. I
Facts.
mean, I wanted to do it, and I think I was driven by my passion for it, but also I just thought it was cool as fuck.
Of course, bro.
Like,
yeah, like
cool
you not on stage.
Exactly, like I'm doing my thing. I know people watching. It's like you got that too.
Yeah,
you feel me?
facts, definitely.
So, you know, there was that, but I was nervous as fuck, bro. And I remember like, I think I remember the song I did, like a song by Israel. Yeah, it was called "If Not for Your Grace" or something by Israel Human, a great gospel artist. First song I ever performed in front of anybody, and
how'd you fall into the opportunity? Like how did it come together?
Yeah, man. So like I said, it was a church school that I went to. Right. So to go to the bathroom, like you had to, you know, leave the classroom and walk across the whole church. And on the way to the bathroom was, you know, those old school projectors with the laminate sheets?
Yeah. Absolutely.
We project those songs on a screen while we perform during church.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I walked past it, and I was walking past it one day, and I had just pulled out one of the laminate sheets, and I was sitting down, like, just, you know, burning time for real.
Yeah, right.
Like reading one of the songs, and my godmom, again, it's a small church.
Sure.
My godmom, who works the front desk, like saw me and kind of like stopped me and was like, you know, you wanna get into this? Like, you know, she just, I guess, you know, outside looking in, she just saw I was like intrigued and passionate, you know, at least intrigued.
Sure, yeah.
And from that point, I was like, yeah, like I want to see what's up with it. Like, you know, yeah. And kind of just fell into the opportunity that way. And, you know, I practiced with the team for some time. And, you know, I remember, because I would still be in the church, even not practicing, you know, just bullshitting with my friends, you know, running around, like just being kids. But I would have to leave, you know, my friends and like go practice and stuff. Because I was on the team now. And yeah, finally, you know, after some weeks, did my first like solo performance, and I was actually shaking, you know, and I just remember I was like quivering, bro.
Fucking 9 years old.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy.
You know, but it got you know, I got acclimated, you know.
Yeah, no, and like
pretty quickly.
I remember I forget like which podcast you were on, but like you know, you're just talking about like how performers just got to get that first one out the way. Once you get that first one out the way, you know what I mean? Like it kind of opens the door. So did you kind of step away from performing after that? Was it just like a momentum thing where like you just kind of took the momentum from when you were 9 and kind of kept going from there? Like, I mean, like I'm not sure how many opportunities you get to perform at 9, 10, you know, 11 years old. Yeah. But like, did you just like, you know, kind of take that momentum, and like, was there like a point where like you stepped away from performing and like kind of hop back in when you were more fine tuned, or did you just
man? I just from that point, from that point, I really just kept doing it consistently.
Never look back type shit.
Yeah. It wasn't like I haven't stepped away from music really since. I mean, even back then I was like writing songs and stuff like that. Probably when I got to like 11, maybe 10, 11, just start writing music.
Okay.
But from there I was just, I had my first solo, and then it got to the point where I was leading, songs, and like then I had my own team, when I was like still a kid, and it just kind of gradually progressed.
Yeah, sure.
And that's one thing I'm extremely thankful for, because it's just second nature at this point.
Yeah, facts, absolutely.
And not as many people have the opportunities to be doing that. Since 9, I mean, bro, I'm talking like I would perform like twice a week and have a couple practices as well every week. And that was since I was 9 years old. So it's like, I'm just grateful that I'm comfortable enough performing that I can just enjoy myself at this point.
Yeah, no,
and I don't have to worry, even if I do fuck up, because I still fuck up like performing and stuff like that. But
in a lot of those cases, you're the one that knows that, like, you fucked up.
In a lot of those cases, that's true. But it's just like, I feel so at home on stage, dog, that it just don't even matter.
Yeah,
man.
you don't even phase you at this point. Like,
this is what I do, man. It's like
in the office,
and I love it. Like, and the thing is, like, everybody got to remember that I'm doing this because I love to do it.
Yeah, right.
And at no point am I gonna put myself in a position where I'm not enjoying myself while I'm doing what I love. I'm in this thing for too long.
You got a little something right here in your chin. Yeah, you good. No, for sure, bro.
I'm in this thing for too long, to not enjoy the moments that I started this thing enjoying.
No, man, for sure, bro. I know you do a little bit of modeling, so how far into, like, your music career did that become a factor? Was that something like you started doing before, like you started like kind of getting to like the meat of your music career, or like?
Yeah, so when I first moved to the city, I was in a rock band playing the drums.
Oh shit, okay.
And it was just like a duo band. People were really fucking with it.
What was the band called?
It was called Surfboard.
Okay.
Like Bored.
Okay.
Like Surfboard. It was kind of like heavy surf rock type.
Oh shit, okay.
It was, my high school homie, he played guitar, crazy guitar. Shout out Ryan Hartman. He's in a band now called Water Trash. They're amazing.
Okay.
But he made music, and rock wasn't my thing, but when I played the drums, he's like, yo, I'm about to do a couple shows. Like, you think you want to like come out, play the drums with me? And it just happened. I stuck with it for some time, and it was great. It was a great experience.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't until, I moved to the city and started going to college up here, that I just wanted to do my own thing.
What college you go to?
Chatham University.
Chatham, okay, shout out to Chatham. I used to live near Chatham. I used to live in fucking Shady Side, like right by, like in front of like that church.
Yeah,
that like huge church on like that intersection with Fifth Ave and South Neck Lane.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay,
yeah,
gotcha. Chatham University, bro, beautiful campus.
Yeah,
if you've
right.
Ever been?
No, not on the actual campus. I like drove by the sign.
Gotcha. Yeah. You don't just stumble upon the campus.
Yeah, right.
You
facts.
Going there,
type shit, right?
It's a dope spot.
Yeah.
But so when I moved to the city for college, I had always kind of just throughout my life been on some like, oh, you should model, you should do modeling.
Type shit. Yeah, right.
And I
just
knew,
random citizens just telling you like,
literally. I'm like, okay,
all right,
okay, I guess.
Do you do you got an opportunity for me? What's going on? Like,
niggas just wanted to see me win. I'm like, great. All right,
shout out to that. All right, word up.
Right, so I'm like, cool. So when I got up here, I knew there was an agency, Doherty Agency.
Okay.
Rest in peace to Deb Doherty.
How'd you find out about them? Like,
just
like
online.
Research? Okay,
just online, and I just didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to think about it. I just wanted to do it. It was just like an audition thing, open call. And I was like, I mean, worst thing they say is no. And then there was another agency I would have went to if they said no. And if they said no, then I was just like,
worst thing you can say is, oh, get the fuck out, I hate your face.
Right, the worst thing you can say is no.
Never gonna come
why
here.
Are you here? I don't know.
Actually incredibly ugly. I'm not sure why you showed up.
It could have went a couple different ways, but I was only prepared for the no. So I'm glad it wasn't too bad.
Bro, no. But like, I can't even imagine just like, what they be telling us. Just like some like the female models, bro. Just like, I'm sure that whole world is crazy.
Yeah.
Just on either side. Like, I'm sure that whole industry is fucked. Like, It's wild.
It's probably a little tougher for women,
bro. Like,
even women I've tried to put on because I think they'd be good fits for my agency, but they're like, no, like your measurements and like, and some people really take that as a reflection on themselves. But if they would have told me no, I was just like, whatever.
I'm like, oh, fuck y'all.
I don't be tripping. Be tripping. But they accepted me into the agency, and I've been fortunate enough to be successful with them and build a great relationship with so many different people. I mean, my agents, clients I've had, still up to this day, and just being able to work consistently with them, it's been fantastic. And just learn too, like I said, rest in peace, Deb Dougherty. She taught me, a lot. The owner of my agency, without even really trying to, she was a boss lady, man, and she just imparted a lot to me, I remember that one of the first things she told me when I met her is, you can't wait for opportunity. You have to create it.
Right.
And, I forget a lot of shit, man, but that stuck with me.
Sure. Yeah.
Still. And even with the music and everything kind of just coincided and
bro, it
made sense.
I was going to say, do you see as your modeling career secondary to your music career? Is that something like you would put as much effort into as your music career, or like are you just gonna like kind of take those opportunities as they come? Like, is there like, or do you approach them with the same type of energy?
I don't approach them with the same type of energy, and don't get me wrong. I've put so much time and effort into making sure I'm successful with the modeling and stuff. But music is just a totally different beast. It requires so much more. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to just coordination or coordination, I don't know what coordination.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Both.
Coordination.
You need a new word to deal with your music career.
Facts, bro. Some shit you never heard of, bro. I promise you.
Shit, though. No. But like it's real shit though, bro. Just because just from like watching Mike work, bro. Like it's just it requires a different piece of you internally, bro. Because like everything, like just every project you release, every song you release, it's literally like a just a piece of you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're putting into this thing and you're putting out to the world.
Right.
And I mean, I can't imagine the fucking mental toll, even the physical toll.
Yeah.
Late nights.
Yeah.
Fucking, like waking up early, like, make sure this shit is right. Make sure like, this event, goes, like a certain way. And like even on the day of certain events or performances, shit not gonna go all the way right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone's going to be late. Someone going to, like do this shit. Someone going to forget. Like, it's just going to be, it's a crazy day. So, like, to see that whole life cycle of an idea, of a song, of an event is fucking crazy. So.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So naturally, just because it requires more work and I'm just more passionate about music.
Right, exactly.
Like, music is first, always, above everything. Because it just takes that level of dedication and focus.
Yeah, facts.
But I like modeling, and I'm more so very appreciative of how I've been able to use that to boost my music career.
Absolutely.
Even when it comes to like connecting with creatives for who I now work with to do cover art, and like how I'm able to pull like models into my music videos, and it would have just been much harder if I didn't have Dougherty attached to my name.
Absolutely.
And being able to try to put some of those projects together. So it's been a very instrumental part of my music, but it's something I have to just focus on less.
Absolutely.
There's so much I want to focus on, and there's so much I'm passionate about, but I definitely have to be selective.
Music requires so much, man. Is there like anything in particular that you learn from your experiences modeling that you put towards your music career, for anything?
Yeah, to be honest, man. I mean, modeling isn't as glamorous as people think. For one, it's if you're serious about it and if you're actually putting a lot of effort into it, and like me, I'm in a lot of different departments with my agency,
right? Yeah,
voice acting, modeling. With all of those, and that being said, I get sent a lot of what are called availability checks, inquiries from clients and jobs that I have to audition for.
Okay.
And audition for so many things. You can get rejected so many times on a weekly basis.
Facts.
It's just like so I was kind of already, used to some of that, but just the fact that I had to get so comfortable with being dubbed on a constant basis, and more so just understanding that I'm going to be putting effort into all of these things that, you know, might not initially work out for me, but in time I, you know, could, you know, hit big.
Right.
And all of it was practice at the end of the day. So when it comes to music, you know, that obviously translates because music is the long game as well.
Right,
you put a lot of effort in, you don't really see a return until later, you know. So it just prepared me for, it made me friends with failure, you know, at least closer friends, and just okay with it, you know. It's like, yeah, everything isn't gonna be yours, and yeah, it just balances everything out, you know. It's like, you know, with the modeling and the acting and the music, it's like, you know, people will joke and be like, "Oh, you got a big head now, like don't get a big head," and it's just like it's kind of hard to really have a big head if you're really doing this thing. And like because
you're the opposite, low key.
Yeah, for real, because you're just failing on a constant basis, and you just got to be okay with that. You got to understand, like, yeah, everything just isn't for you. You just, but it really just leads me to a place where I'm like, yo, I just got to continue to do my best, whatever happens from there.
And then like you also learn that, like, even though you got the no, like, I'm still this thing that, like, I'm, you know, trying to pursue. Like, I'm still a voice actor, a model, you know,
100%,
whatever.
100%, bro.
I just got this no, you know, bro. Like, and it's just like, you know, trying to keep that head on.
Yeah, man, it's a mental game for real, because at the same time, like, I do, you know, I could get dubbed by, like, you know, Chris Brown can slide in my DMs and be like, yeah, bro, like, that shit is trash for real. and I would still feel like that nigga for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just
fuck
like,
you, nigga. I'm eating Ruffles right now.
right, bro. Like, it's like you still gotta have. It's just a balance you kind of have to maintain. Like, I just understand the mentality I have to maintain to be able to make this thing work, and I can't put too much power into other people's hands, you know, when it comes to how they feel about me, or especially when it comes to, like, clients choosing me for casting. It's like they're looking for something specific, and you're just not that sometimes. But even when it comes to the music, everybody's subjective and has their own opinions.
Right.
At the end of the day, so many successful people, you know, weren't other notable people's favorite when it came to art and things like that. But that doesn't mean they're not someone else's favorite.
Absolutely.
And you know, yeah, at the end of the day, like, I just have to internalize, like, my worth when it comes to, like, my music and, like, my modeling and things like that. And that's and it's not hard to do when you're putting all of your effort into it.
Absolutely,
because when you really know you did everything you could,
then you don't got no qualms about, you know, like, the result of it.
You're not tripping, bro.
Yeah, facts.
And you just, like, that's why I gotta go hard, because it's like, if I don't, then it's like, then I feel away, because if I have asked some shit, right, and you say you're not fucking with it, I'm like, damn, but that's not really a true representation of me. So now, like, what if he does fuck with this shit for real, but I just kind of play myself, not putting all I have into it, you know? And so that's why I got to put all I have into it. So when you say you're not fucking with it, it's like, all right, then my shit just isn't for you.
Yeah,
I did what I can, you know? So, yeah, that's just the mentality I kind of have to maintain, bro.
I mean, well said, you know, like, I agree with you 100% on that, bro. So, I know, again, like, you started writing as early as 17. You know, earlier, you know, like you mentioned, you know, you're writing like 10 at 11. Like, when you know, you first started. So just, like, kind of talk about how your writing process developed. I know, you know, you sang one of those or performed, rather, one of those songs that, like, you had written at 17 some years back at an event. But yeah, you know, just you know, talk about how your writing process developed over some of, like, your early writing, you know, drafts. Like, what were you writing about at fucking 10 or 11 years old? You know what I mean?
Man. Man, at well, when it was like the 10, 11 stage, I was all like church.
Yeah,
you
sure,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I was like, you know, God,
proud of your environment,
I love Jesus, you know, that type of shit.
Right.
That was really what I was on there. But when you got to like 17 and stuff, and I think you're referencing the one song I wrote called "Somewhere Far."
Yeah, exactly.
Which is something I'm still very proud of.
Absolutely.
But it's always been a derivative of personal experiences,
of course,
you know. And as I got older, I just kind of began thinking about it like a motion picture that's inspired by a true story.
Yeah.
Right. You know, some things are dramatized, but it's based on a true story.
Sure.
So kind of now with my music, it's all based on life experiences, or in some cases, it's experiences of some of my friends
that you observed. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that I observed. But they're all from a real place, and sometimes just dramatized for the sake of the song. But you know, back when I was 17 and wrote "Somewhere Far," that actually came from a place where in high school, this girl wanted to go to prom with me and like really liked me, right? And I went to Beaver, and Beaver's white as fuck.
Yeah, right. So she would have been
established.
going out on a limb,
Yeah.
bringing you to the prom.
Yeah. So Shorty wanted to go to prom with me, and everybody knew she was fucking with me, right? But long story short, you know, some weird shit kind of just happened, and she said she couldn't go with me anymore.
The father. Okay.
Yeah. So I found out later that the dad didn't want her to go. And the thing was that me and my family, like my two siblings,
Sure.
we're really close in age, and we're like a, you know, trio, like
Absolutely.
people see. But we always had a great reputation, always did well in school. We're just stand-up individuals, you know. And to me, it was so baffling because after that situation, I went to, you know, prom with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
But I found out, even though I went to prom with her dad didn't want me to go to prom with her
Shout out
either.
to that. Yeah.
But her mom, I heard, you know,
I'm taking her anyway, fam. I'm gonna see y'all, man. Yeah.
right. So I found out her mom had to, like, you know, fight with her dad to let me go, you know. So it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
but
y'all can handle that. We about to go to this prom. Yeah.
hey, man, hey, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not. I forgive you. You know who you are. But that came from a place where, you know, it was just amazing to me that I had such a good reputation, and everybody, you know, knew that.
Sure.
That I was a good kid,
Yeah.
but still because I was black, you know, the dad didn't want me to go to prom with a daughter, and that was probably one of the first songs I really wrote out of a place of like just
damn.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
No, exactly, bro. That was the first time I really like processed my feelings and just like wrote kind of more of a secular song.
Sure.
That and it still resonates with me to this day. But yeah. So I guess from there it's kind of just been the same thing. I mean, I think now though, you know, as things become more legitimate and, you know, everything is a business now.
Right,
it's just like shit is more serious. It's like I find myself not being able to or getting. It's harder for me to get to the point where I can just write freely instead of being kind of overcalculated.
Why is it that?
You know, because I just think there's so much more that influences everything now. It's
okay. Well, yeah, okay. No, yeah. That's what you're saying. Yeah,
when,
that's what you're saying.
You know, I didn't have
a bunch of shit to worry about.
Yeah, a bunch of shit to worry about. People waiting on music. Yeah. And following up other music I've done.
Like obligatory things, right?
Yeah.
Rather than like just like, you know, doing it out of like the creative aspect.
Exactly.
Like trying to get something out.
Exactly. It's a bit harder to create more freely because now every time I want to outdo myself, and I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of continuing to, you know, one up myself, right? You know, when it comes to the song, like, because to me it's pointless to drop a song I feel isn't better than my last song.
Sure.
Now, you know, and it's tough because I really like the music I put out. You feel me? So, so that's the only thing that's really different.
How do you sort of like temper that, like, you know, kind of balance that, like try to find the middle ground of like, yeah, like I have, you know, obligations of like, you know, shit to meet, deadline stuff, whatever, and then not letting that. Because burnout is real. We all know that, bro. Like, you know, and like it may take a longer time with something that, like, you know, you fuck with in love, but like you're a human being, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, I know Michael Jordan ain't wake up every single day wanting to play basketball, but he fucking went. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how do you kind of temper that with, you know, like, you know, where you are, you know, now in your career? Like, you know, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, bro, I just have to get to the place of just like, fuck everything, you know. It's just like I kind of have to have that mentality, and just go into just get in my bag and act like everything else doesn't matter for a second. You know, and it's easier said than done, you know, and it's not just a switch I can flip like that, but you know, I think I'm getting better at entering into that creative mentality and getting the job done and just kind of just letting go really and just understanding it's like when you have to think about, the more you have to think about creating, the less, you know, genuine of a creation it is. You know, it's just like the less thought that goes into it, the more organic it feels, 100%. You know, from you, but also from the listener.
100%, bro. Absolutely.
You know, and those are the best moments also for creating. It just feels like magic.
And bro, in art in general, like when you can, and I fucking love this analogy from fucking Pharrell, man. Like he said, like creativity is like a library. You're just checking out an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not necessarily yours. You're pulling from this greater thing.
100%.
So it's just like if you look at it as a library, like you're checking out this idea. This may not. Nah. Okay, this one lit. It's coming home with me. Like so, like you're just like kind of like checking out all these ideas. So I said to say like it's something that's like outside of yourself that you're trying to explain.
100%.
It's happening. You're just like we don't know. We can't put any X's or O's to this, but this shit is lit.
No, facts.
We know that. Like
you
know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's just the best shit, bro. Like
yeah, man, it's.
Bro, I'm sure you've seen Genius, right? The documentary of Kanye's joint.
I have, yeah.
Bro, that moment where he's showing Pharrell through the wire,
right?
And Pharrell's just looking at him like, "Yo, like, this song is hard," and then he kind of puts two and two together. He's like, "Through the wire." It's like, "Wait, nigga, you got in that car accident?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "And you wrapped the joint through?" He's like, "No, nigga, you're wild." He's like, you're different for bro. What? Like through the like your jaw was wired and you took Shaka's cons and you flipped it into what are we talking about?
Right? Yeah, no,
like that's
crazy.
crazy. Like,
crazy
what,
work.
Nigga?
Crazy. It's crazy work.
Nigga, that's crazy, son. So it's just like like I get what you're saying when like you're just like, yo, I couldn't explain nothing, but I agree 100%. Like those are the best moments when it comes to like creating art, bro.
Yeah,
sure,
man,
bro.
this shit just comes to you, bro. It's like somebody just walks by and drops some shit.
Think. Yeah, right.
It don't even feel like me when it's all said and done. I'm like, I don't even know how I made that, but I love this shit.
And fuck it, yeah, bro. Like I ain't gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask too many questions. Thank God, y'all. But shit is lit, bro. Nah, man, nah. Shout out to all that, bro. So I do want to get into like like the origins of like your career, but I do want to touch on the fact that like you are also like low-key an event coordinator too, bro. Like you have done shit with Devin Colbing. I think back in the day it was like the artist showcase you were put together with him, and like you had the joint at Mr. Smalls, the council. What was that joint called? The
Sound Council Experience.
Sound Council Experience. Thank you. And so like what's your experience with event coordination? Did you also perform at these events? I know that you performed at the artist showcase, but and then like how did event coordination and just like putting those events together kind of lead into your career and like like the way you kind of navigated your career?
Yeah, man, it's funny because like even the titles like event coordinator and stuff like that is not really anything I thought about. I just always had the mentality of doing what is necessary, doing what I had to do. I mean, when I first started music, I'm like, obviously I need to perform this for people because that's what, musicians do.
Sure,
right?
Yeah, right, facts.
And me not having all of the connections, I have now, and just wanting to be in creative control just as an artist, I just was like, yeah, I'm just going to put together my own show. I mean, I knew like some other people who did music and I figured it would be a great opportunity for them and they would see the value in it. And it would be valuable for me, to be able to bring everybody into a room and listen to, my music.
Absolutely, yeah.
And perform it. So, yeah, I just knew it was necessary for me to put some shit together and perform. And yeah, I'm just not really the type to, ask people to do things for me.
No.
And, I just knew like if I wanted it done right, like I kind of just had to do it myself and just figure it out. I mean, like man, it's just, I didn't think anybody was gonna do that shit for me.
Yeah, so
I just fell into it, and that's why I
put your real nigga hat on and be like,
no,
fuck it.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put this together and I'm gonna make it poppin', and it was dope. It was dope too.
For what? Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
And
I'm sure that Mr. Smalls one was fire, bro. Because like I love that venue. That shit was crazy. Yeah,
word. Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of just grew legs from there, and me understanding like because once I find out I can do something, it's just like. Up, you know what I'm saying?
If it can happen once, it can happen twice.
Exactly.
If it can happen twice, bro, 3 times, it's crazy. Yeah, right. Yeah, fact.
So I just kind of kept doing it, and I just kind of got a handle on event coordination, and it's not like my thing. I'm just like, yo, if a show needs to be put together, and also I just saw kind of
a lane.
I saw a lane and I saw an opportunity to give people something different, and that's what grew into the Sound Council experience. I just wanted to do something different, and I wanted it to be more than just a show. I just like anything I do when it comes to music, when it comes to just my style. When it comes to even how selective I am with women, and I just think I appreciate uniqueness above so much else.
I agree.
And individuality.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's like even like with fashion trends, I'm not as interested in like keeping up with what's
Trends,
trendy,
right? Yeah, facts.
per se.
Just what you fuck with.
It's just
the
what I
same
fuck
way.
with.
Yeah, facts.
If I'm in Walmart and I'm still mad till this day, bro, because one of my favorite belts was from Walmart.
Yeah,
and I lost it.
That's
a couple years back.
Teed,
Rest in peace.
Yeah, damn.
But it's just like that type shit is like, yeah, if I appreciate something, I think it's so dope to just like do you. I think that's the coolest thing you could do, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, miss that so much and think it's the opposite. It's cooler to like portray somebody else or propagate a narrative that just isn't true to you. But I think the coolest thing you can do is be you. So, yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, when it comes to everything I do,
Yeah,
I just want to have my individuality and be unique. It's important to me, and that's what the Sound Council experience was, and kind of what my event coordination developed into. Because once I got the skills and knew I could put some shit together, how easy it was.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing this too. I'm just like, at that point, I wasn't seeing anybody else getting it like that. So
low key still not.
Yeah, no, for real. People just, it's different.
Low key,
around here, man. Like
we've talked about it before. Yeah.
Not right. Yeah, people really just not taking action.
Yeah, right.
It's like you got to do it for yourself, and I know what it is, and I just know I'm not going to get anywhere
waiting on other.
Looking for help.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have to. If I'm going to make this work, I have to be the key to it all.
And it's like, bro, facts, but it's just like anything great can't be accomplished alone, and it's just
right.
You obviously need help on some level, and it's like the fact that like you're willing to like do what you got to do that's a key ingredient. Like, fuck it, I'll do it, But it's like if you want to reach certain levels, like you're gonna need like, so it just kind of sucks that like you feel that way where it's just like I gotta be this.
Well, here's the thing, because I understand what you're saying, and nothing great happens alone.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, while nothing great happens alone, you can't feel like you need anyone else also, because if you have that mentality, you're naturally gonna be going so hard for yourself if you feel like you're the key to all of this, that people are gonna be attracted to your
absolutely
journey, your
right,
drive and your vision.
Yeah,
that's what I've seen myself.
Absolutely,
because and also you're gonna attract the right people who will be instrumental in making things move forward. And I'm living through that right now. Nothing happens like alone. It's like I don't expect to be alone on this journey. I just know that I'm the key to it all.
Yeah,
I know it doesn't happen without me. And that's just more so the mentality, I think.
Absolutely.
And everybody and so many people have been driven to just my vision and journey, and I appreciate it so much. I just always equate it to like even going to the gym. So it's like I'm not really pressed to help out somebody who I don't really see putting in work in the gym, right?
Yeah,
They're
right.
doing something kind of like off or wrong. It's just like, not that I have all the answers, but I'm knowledgeable on some things, and if I see some input can help somebody, why not? If they're not like really trying to get it in the gym, like I'm not gonna waste time saying anything to you. But even if it's somebody that's not where they want to be yet, as far as like fitness and physique is concerned, but I see they're like just getting it, like hustling. I see them in there all the time. It's like if I see them doing something wrong, like I want to help them.
Yeah,
because like they're helping themselves.
Absolutely.
First. So no one is interested in helping anybody that is not helping themselves. For real.
Sure.
Somebody who really has the keys to be able to change some shit for you, they're not worried about people that's not helping themselves.
Because otherwise, I mean, like, they're just wasting their breath.
They're wasting their breath, and people who are really up to something don't got time to do that.
Exactly right.
You know, so yeah, if I see you hustling, you know, I want to help and be a part, and you know, in any way I can. But bro, you got to help yourself first, and I think that is what I've seen and heard. You know, why you know, some people have been able to bring themselves to support, you know, my vision, and I'm so appreciative of that, and it's just important to understand that's a key factor, and I think people, yeah, because it's like so many people just asking for handouts and stuff, and you can ask, but like don't expect anything if you're not doing anything for yourself first.
Yeah,
you know, so that's what it is.
Nah, man, I agree with you, man, 100%, bro. I'm gonna rattle off some words here, and you just tell me what comes to mind when you think of them.
Okay.
2018, church, piano, LMA.
right. I knew that was a trip.
Yeah. The song Trippin by LMA.
right.
Nah, man, but bro, I mean that's fucking huge, bro. And when I was watching that cover, bro, I was like, this is fire straight up. I was like, nah, nigga, like this is crazy. I forgot it was a cover. I was like, you doing your shit on there. And then I saw the LMA song, because like I was watching the joint, I was just like, this is a fire cover. And then I got further in the research. I'm like, oh, Ella saw this. I was like, and shout out to that. Like that's fire, bro. So what is going through your head? How did you even find out that she saw that shit? When you found out she saw that shit, what did that do as far as like the way you approached your career from that moment on? Like,
man, okay, so it all happened. It was a whole series that Glamour magazine was doing.
Okay.
On I think the series is called, I don't know, something like Someone Covered My Song.
Yeah, right,
like,
yeah.
It happens a lot when people are promoting albums.
Sure.
They link up with Glamour magazine, and they find people who've done covers to their songs.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just show them love, you know, as a part of the series. And I just so happened to be chosen for that series. And I was like the first video of the series, which meant a lot, you know.
Did they reach out to you to be chosen, or like were you like applying to be chosen or something?
No. They just reached out to me. I just got like I think it was a DM to an email, you know.
Did that joint go viral? The cover?
I mean,
before they reached out, or
I think I had like probably like 20K views on it.
Okay, yeah,
you know,
okay.
Before they reached out, maybe. But it wasn't like it went like
super like yeah type shit, right?
Like
yeah,
that was a lot of numbers for me.
Of course,
you know,
bro,
of course,
bro.
I was like, damn,
absolutely.
like people fucking with this. Heavy.
Absolutely, bro.
It was because I had done that a while ago, and it wasn't like popping. But then when everything switched to shorts on YouTube,
yeah, right,
like it just got hella heat.
Okay,
you know?
That makes sense. Okay,
and then she, you know, found it. And yeah, they just reached out to me and was like, yo. They didn't tell me what was going on. They're just like, yeah, we want to hop on a Zoom call. It's going to be recorded. You know, it's just concerning your cover or something like that. I can't even remember, but
this is a copyright infringement.
Yeah. So when I knew something was going on, I'm like, bro,
right.
Something's up right now.
Yeah, I'm about to get subpoenaed. Like, the fuck about to happen?
Right. Somebody about to serve me papers.
Yeah.
So I knew, something was going on. And yeah, I just clicked into the Zoom and like, yeah, we want to play you a video, and it's the video that's on my Instagram now.
That's
and it's
crazy.
LMA is like, yeah, Josiah, you killed this shit.
Yeah, now yeah, she name dropped you. I was like, oh,
that's when it got
shit.
Me.
Yeah,
she went
yeah,
to the chest voice and the head voice.
Yeah,
amazing.
She started talking all that music math,
bro, for sure.
I said chest voice. I'm like, I thought niggas only had one voice.
Nah, niggas got about 3.
Yeah.
like, bro, no,
damn,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was Yeah, I mean, it honestly, just kind of just didn't feel real, because that just stuff doesn't happen. It's like when I say it's a marathon, like, and there's no return for a long time. I'm in the mentality of like, I don't expect anything. Then.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's eventually gonna happen, but I don't live expecting a viral video or because then I'll just like fall apart
for
mentally,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, no, you just got to keep doing something to contribute to your success every day.
Absolutely.
And that's how I live. So it's like when I have moments like that, it don't even feel real sometimes. And I'm like, I knew I knew what the whole setup was. They was going, because they said they was recording it. I'm like, they want a reaction, and I want my reaction to be shown and it to be a good reaction.
Right.
You know, because they were going to show it on Glamour magazine. So I'm like, let me give them what they want. But truthfully, how I felt, like, I wasn't like, holy shit. It was just like, damn, that's crazy. But what it means to me is just like a reminder that I'm on the right track.
Absolutely.
And that's it. It's really not too much more than that. I don't really get too excited about things like that because it's just like, it's a reminder, like, you keep doing your thing. You're doing the right thing. It's like, no matter what anybody says, like, yeah, you're doing the right thing, bro. Yeah. So when any person that has reached out or, has shown love or anything like that, it's like, okay, shit, I'm doing the right thing because this person is valid. This is an artist I appreciate, and but at the end of the day, it's not a celebration. It's like the job is far from being finished.
Absolutely.
And, I just got so much more to do. So that's all it is. A reminder.
Yeah, no, facts. When she hit the name drop, I was like, nah, that nigga was probably lit. Like,
the name drop was crazy. I was like, damn, shorty really said my name,
that's
bro.
fire, though. Like, nah, I respect it. I respect it. Nah,
yeah.
that's ill
Felt
shit.
good.
So like, shortly before we wrap here, bro, I do want to get, just perspective on your new single, or like recently dropped single, not freshly new, Bittersweet. Just kind of talk to the process of making that song. What are the origins? How long you been sitting on that track? Is that something like you made in the past, or did you just recently record that? Or
oh man, no, I made that like a good year ago. Maybe.
Okay.
Like, it's weird,
relatively new, yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny, bro. Like this is gonna be dropped for 6 months, and I'm still be calling it my new single.
Yeah,
like,
right, yeah.
That's why you like, wait, it's not new, but it is.
It's new to us, but it's not new, right?
I keep telling everybody it's new, like, and I will for like the next 3 months
type shit, right?
Yeah, the way that came about was pretty interesting because it takes me a long time to write sometimes.
Yeah,
when I don't have the moments where everything just comes together. I had wrote in. What is it? Wrote in. What did I say before? Coordination.
Yeah. Co-organized now, bro.
Man,
Your career requires different language. That's what it is.
Shit is different over here,
right?
No, but when I wrote that single, I wrote the first verse and hook, and like blew myself away. The first verse and hook came super quick.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, this shit is crazy for real. Like, to the point where I was like, the second verse has to just be just as crazy.
Yeah.
I wrote that, about one girl, or I guess one girl inspired it, the first verse, and I was focused on releasing some other things. Actually, a rap track, where I was really just popping my shit. I was just rapping.
Right, yeah,
like, no singing at all.
Yeah, right.
And I was actually going to drop that, but it didn't feel right. And it didn't feel like it was better than my last single. So I was like, let me go back to Bittersweet. This is like almost a year later. Let me finish this second verse. And I had just had a situation with another girl who inspired the second verse. So that's how far apart the verses were.
That's crazy, yeah.
And that they're about two different people.
That's crazy.
And but I just locked in and came with it on the second verse, and I was like, yo, this is it, and this might be even better than the first verse. And I was really just proud, to feel like I outdid myself, and feel like I had something better, especially lyrically, than the last track I dropped. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about. Just really, I always have like very thematic music. I feel like it always has to be like this big overarching theme, and everything's relating to that. So yeah, it just really played into growing apart from people, and wanting to hold on to the good memories, but knowing the bad memories are there. Things changing over time between you and your perception of someone changing over time. It's just about the complexities of love, and I feel like that's what so much of my music is about. It's just like love is complex. It's like one of the hardest things to understand, and time again I just find myself writing about just how it's fucked up.
Yeah,
how I can't figure
how
it out.
women are affecting your psyche.
yeah. It's just like I can't figure it out, man. How do I do this thing right? It's like a mystery, man. Love is like a mystery, and that's just where I'm at right now, and people see that through my music because I really just, there's value in transparency, and people, I know I value it as a listener, and when I can feel understood and related to, you feel me? So yeah, that's Bittersweet, how it came about. It's like, like the single before that, Cinderella shit. Like, it's like, everything is kind of just contradicting.
Yeah, right.
You know, and yeah, I'm just proud of that creative process though, and more so, you know, of the promotion and everything behind it. Like, you know, I was just really adamant about getting as many ears on it as possible.
Definitely, man.
But yeah, man, you know, and I'm gonna outdo myself with the next joint too. You know,
I believe in my nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for, you know, coming up and joining us, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
it,
This
dog.
is the part in the pod where the floor is yours, man. Anything you got to promote, anything that they should check out, where they could find you, social handles, all that shit, man. But Josiah, man, thank you so much for you know, stopping through, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
bro.
y'all.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
man,
y'all all
for
the
sure,
time.
bro.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, this is awesome.
No doubt, man.
Y'all are great, man. Yeah. The next I have a new version to Bittersweet coming out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say the name of it, and I'm not gonna say when, but I think people know like a new version is to come.
Word.
So that's it. But yeah, I'm on IG. You know, you can find everything at Joziah Council, and you know, on Spotify, Apple Music, Joziah Council with a Z. Don't forget the Z. City Council. You know, that's kind of what I tell people.
Right.
Council
yeah,
like
thanks.
City Council.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, keep up with the work. A lot more to come. A lot more to do. The job isn't finished. Thank y'all, boys.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Definitely, man. And we'll be on the lookout for all that, bro. MIC Podcast, episode 110, community content. You get it all here. Josiah motherfucking Council in the building. And we out, bro. Peace.
Yo.